On? Okay. This is called Sondheim 2008, Little Company on the Prairie. What can I say about Stephen Sondheim that hasn't already been said? He was generous, he was brilliant, he did the lyrics of West Side Story in his 20s. I've been to several of his plays, I've listened to the cast recordings, I've watched the documentaries. About 2 weeks ago, I saw Tick, Tick, Boom on Netflix, where he encouraged playwright Jonathan Larson, who went on to write Rent. And then a few days later, Sondheim died. Well, when I think of Sondheim, my mind instantly goes back to a special time in my life. That's the autumn of 2008. Everything was in flux. The financial industry and the housing market were collapsing, and there was a political campaign pitting Barack Obama against John McCain. Meantime, I was leaving a job as a writer with a high-pressure New York law firm to return to the friendly confines of the accounting industry. And a new relationship was moving in the right direction. So between jobs in late October, I took a vacation in Texas. I planned to see relatives in San Antonio and Austin, and then cruise the back roads of the state. A big attraction? To watch my nephew Tyler Wallach perform the lead role of Robert in Sondheim's play Company. I couldn't wait to see Tyler take the stage in this production by the theater department of Texas State University in San Marcos. I had seen Tyler in Godspell in 2001, which qualifies me as a groupie. The personal connection made Company all the more touching. Coming at that moment of multiple transitions in my life, Company struck me time and again, like with the lyrics of the song Being Alive. I'm not going to try to sing it. I'm not Manny Patinkin. Somebody crowned me with love. Somebody forced me to care. Somebody let me come through. I'll always be there to help us survive. Being alive, being alive, being alive. So seeing the play with Tyler's parents at the Outdoor Glade Theater, Company mesmerized me. I thought, I knew that star when he was a baby, but he'd grown up and had the singing and acting chops to do Sondheim. It was very difficult to do. Afterwards, we all got together backstage for photos. Then I rolled up I-35 to Austin. My photos mapped the rest of the trip. I connected with cousins and visited family cemeteries in San Antonio and Gonzales. For a real road trip, I headed up to Crawford, Texas, where President Bush's ranch was located. In these days before the election, this was my chance to see Crawford before Bush left office. I picked up souvenirs in one of the shops in town, then meandered back south. I paused to take photos of election signs along the way and whistle-stop towns like McGregor. Fingers a little numb here. Before I left for home, I gobbled down barbecue at the world-famous Croy's Market in Lockhart with my late cousin Abby Michelson. Along the way, Company stayed with me. Of all the Sondheim I've heard over the years, Company has the biggest impact. I think on titles like Being Alive, The Little Things You Do Together, Have I Got a Girl for You, Marry Me a Little, and the anthemic Ladies Who Lunch. They're great songs, and they were never so great as when I heard them at the Glade Theater out on the prairie. That vacation during that onrushing national crisis, well, it had to end. I flew from Austin back to LaGuardia and then on to Stanford. I started the new job. I voted in the election. I watched my retirement savings tank. I saw the for-lease signs spring up everywhere. In 2009, I took a pay cut and a 4-day work week as my employer scrambled to avoid layoffs in the Great Recession. The new relationship moved ahead. It's still there. Tyler, meanwhile, moved to New York to pursue the acting life, and I'm thrilled to take my son and girlfriend to see him perform in The Drowsy Chaperone in Brooklyn. So I always look back fondly on that adventure of a trip, footloose in the hill country. I like to think that Stephen Sondheim was keeping me well company as I barreled through the rolling hills a long, long way from Broadway. So thanks, Stephen Sondheim, Company, and Tyler for creating theatrical magic on the road in San Marcos, Texas. Thank you.